Hey, good morning and welcome everyone. We're going to begin our 60-minute chair yoga here in just a couple of minutes. I'm going to ask you to find yourself a sturdy chair, and that doesn't have to mean heavy. It just means that when you push down on it, it won't tip or collapse. We want it to be nice and strong. And I'd like you to also be in bare feet if possible, unless your feet get cold, in which case you can wear socks. Or if you have orthopedics, you can wear those. Loose, comfortable clothing and a glass of water nearby. And I'll meet you back here in just a minute for our yoga class. Okay, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me today. So we're finding our seat, and to begin I'd like you to come right to the edge of your chair, and if this is uncomfortable for you or if you're unable to maintain an upright position, you can have a cushion at your back and sit back and press back into it. We just want to make sure that we're not allowing the chest to cave in and the shoulders to come down. And we're going to maintain this nice upright posture throughout our class today as much as possible. I'd like you to feel the core engaged. You're relaxing the shoulders down and back, the neck is long and the chin is tucked. We're going to begin with just a grounding and centering exercise to find our space and set our intention. Let's take a deep breath in all the way down to the tips of the toes, closing the eyes. And exhale completely. Feel the body supported by the seat and by the floor. Now just for a moment, bringing your attention to today's class, I'd like you to make yourself a promise that you will not push too hard, that you'll honor any feelings of restriction, especially through the joints, that you'll maintain the lines of communication with your body, pushing forward when it's appropriate, holding back when it's appropriate, and offering yourself a bit of a challenge in the meantime. And now I'd like you to bring to mind your intention for this class today. And it can be whatever you'd like. It can be decreasing your blood pressure or your stress levels, or moving a little bit better, or feeling a little bit more relaxed and happy overall. You might want to focus on peace or stability. It's whatever you'd like it to be. Just bring that thing to mind. And now let's take a deep breath in. And we'll exhale and open the eyes. Good. Let's start with a little spinal release to work up the back. Place the hands on the knees. Inhale and extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, curve and round the spine, pressing the belly button back. Shoulders are down. Inhale, look up, lift up, elbows in, shoulders down. Exhale, curve and round, lengthen the neck. One more time, inhale, up, lift, extending, lengthen through the center of the chest and collarbone. Exhale, curve and round. And come back to neutral. Good. Now relaxing the arms at the sides, let's come into a nice gentle forward fold. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. And exhale, the chin toward the chest, slowly rolling down one vertebrae at a time. You can place the hands or the forearms on the thighs, or release the arms down along the sides of the shins. You can stop here with the head at level with the heart or higher if you're concerned about your blood pressure or your lower back stability, or you can relax all the way down toward the floor. As you inhale, think of widening the back. As you exhale, relax the arms and neck. So this is our first gentle inversion. We're getting a little bit more blood flow and oxygen to the brain, but I want you to notice if this makes you feel dizzy or nauseated, And if it does, we always want to be raising the head above the heart line. And we're just going to keep that piece of information in mind later in our class when we come into more inversions. One more deep breath in. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, slowly rolling up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders down and back, and if you'd like, you can come with me and reach the arms out to the sides and overhead, extending. And then we'll release down through prayer and release the arms. Excellent. Let's come into a shoulder roll now. So rolling the shoulders up, back, and down. So going with 3 in this direction, last one here, and then we're going to go the other way. We're going to go up, forward, and down. For 2 more. Good. And now we're going to windmill the arms one at a time, reaching through those fingertips one side and then the other. 3 rounds on each side. Doesn't matter what direction you're starting, and we're going to switch here in 2 more repetitions. And I want you to notice too the range of motion of your shoulder. We're not trying to force anything. We're just working with it. Last one here, and then we're going to change directions. So coming back the other way. Good. 1 arm at a time. So I really want you to focus that movement. Keep your core strong and the shoulders down away from the ears throughout the rotation. 1 more time on each side. Good. Last one here. Excellent. And release the arms. Wonderful. Now we'll come into a nice easy little side bend. So placing the right hand on the chair beside you, you can shift your body slightly to one side if you'd like, but I'd like your hand to be right up against your hip. Inhale the left arm up toward the sky. Exhale and we'll bend. So just a little gentle bend. I'd like you to really focus in the middle and upper part of the spine and keep your lower back nice and straight and strong by sucking your belly button toward the spine. As you inhale, think of expanding the left rib cage. As you exhale, relax a little deeper into the stretch if you're able. So in this pose, I'd like you to tuck your right elbow in toward the spine and press your right hand into the chair. Make sure you're nice and even across both sides of the body on your seat. And if you're feeling pain in your left shoulder or your neck at all, you can bring that arm down in front of the shoulder or to the hip or behind the back. Good. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, relax a little deeper if you're able. Now we'll inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm and come along to the other side. So now we're going to grasp the left side of the chair with the left hand, sitting up nice and tall, and of course you can shift to one side if you need to. Inhale the right arm up toward the sky. I'd like you to straighten the spine first, lengthening way up through those fingertips, and then exhale the left elbow in toward the spine, and we're just bending from the belly button to the crown of the head, keeping our lower back straight and strong by sucking the belly button toward the spine and making sure we stay even across both hips on the seat. Now we bend that left elbow in toward the spine to make sure that that shoulder is pressing down as far as it'll go. If our bottom arm is straight, then that shoulder is going to pop up and we'll end up with neck tension, which we don't want. As you inhale, think of expanding the right rib cage. As you exhale, notice where you can relax. Good. Good. Breathe deeply and allow your breathing to assist your stretch. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm. Quick back release, hands to knees. Extend through the crown of the head as we breathe in. Exhale, curve and round, lengthen the neck, shoulders down. Inhale, up, lift, look up, shoulders down. Exhale, curve and round, neck is long. And then come back to neutral. Excellent. So now we're going to come into the lower body. We're going to start out nice and gently with an adductor stretch. So I'd like you to shift to the right side in your chair. You can come further back if it gives you more stability. The left side of our body is on the chair. The right side of the body is off the chair. Grasp the left side of the chair with the left hand. Place the right hand on the hip. Extend the right leg straight out to the side with the toes pointing forward. So we're sitting up nice and tall here. That left knee is still bent and the heel is directly under the knee and lined up with the hip. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and we'll tip forward. You can bring the left elbow to that thigh. And the first thing you should notice here is a stretch in the inside of your right thigh. Now in this position, I'd like you to lift your tailbone up toward the ceiling. If you turn your shoulders toward the bent knee, which will happen if you bring both elbows to that knee, you'll lose the stretch altogether in the right thigh. So I'd like you to make sure your shoulders are squared forward in line with your toes. Or you can deepen your stretch by gently turning the shoulders toward the straight leg. If you're feeling flexible today, you can bring the fingertips to the floor if you'd like. And I'd like you, again, think about straightening your spine and lifting your tailbone up toward the sky to deepen your stretch. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can always come up to standing for just about any of the poses that we're doing from a seated position as well. Good. Breathe deeply. Relax as you exhale. Good. And now we'll walk the hands back to center and use that bent knee to press up. We'll come into a little side bend here. Now our right hand comes to the hip. Inhale the left arm up toward the sky. Lengthen up first. And then we'll exhale and bend. Dropping that right shoulder down. Now if you're feeling like your core is strong enough to protect your lower back and you don't need the hand to stay on the hip, you can reach across and place that right hand on the outside of the left knee. That's going to deepen your stretch through our psoas complex, our transverse abs, our obliques, intercostal muscles, everything on that side body. And once those muscles are longer and more expanded and relaxed, we'll be able to get deeper, fuller breaths later in the day without having to think about it at all. So as you breathe, I'd like you to think about expanding the rib cage out to the side like a balloon. As you exhale, relax. Good, now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the left hand to the chair. Draw the right leg in, and we'll come back to center. You might notice that your hip feels pretty loose now, so you just want to reset it by moving around however you need. Let's come to the other side. You can grab a drink of water on the way. So now shifting to the left side in our chair. The right side of the body is on the chair, the left side of the body is off the chair. We're going to grasp the right side of the chair with the right hand. Left hand comes to the hip and the left leg extends straight out to the side with the sole of the foot on the floor and the toes pointing forward. Good. Sit up tall to begin and just notice how your hip and knee feel, especially on that straight leg side. Take a deep breath in, sit up tall. Exhale, tip from the hip, and the right elbow comes to the right thigh. So again, make sure the right elbow only is down there and your elbows are shoulder width apart, and that's going to help us to find that stretch beginning in that thigh. If you'd like to deepen, you can bring the fingertips to the floor on the inside of the feet. You can angle your shoulders toward the straight leg or any combination of those movements. So we're just making it our own, and I'd like you to notice the difference in the level of flexibility from one side of the body to the other. That's going to change. You might not notice much of a difference yet, but we will notice with other muscle groups as well. As you inhale, think of widening the back. As you exhale, just ask the body to relax a little deeper into the stretch. And remember, you can release all or part of any pose anytime throughout this class. And then we'll walk the hands back to center and press up. Sitting up nice and tall, reset. You can change your foot positioning if you need to. Our core is strong. I want you to flex the muscles of that leg. Left hand comes to the hip. Right arm reaches up toward the sky as we breathe in. Exhale and we bend. So again, contracting those core muscles, bending from the belly button up. So really focus that stretch in the rib cage on that right side. The left hand can stay on the hip, or you can reach across to the outside of the right knee and deepen your twist. Make sure you keep your core strong to keep the lower back safe, and contract those leg muscles of the straight leg to keep your knee safe. As you inhale, lengthen through those fingertips, remembering too that your top hand can come to the hip or behind the back anytime, especially if you feel pain in the neck and shoulders. Good, now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, grasp the chair, draw the leg in, and release the joints, and we'll come back to center. So once again, coming right to the edge of our seat, if possible. Remember, you can have a cushion behind you and sit right back if you need. And now we're going to move along to the rest of our lower body sequence. Sitting up nice and tall, shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, and the chin is tucked. And I'd like you to bring the right knee into the chest and grasp just below the knee. Now, if this is not comfortable for you, you can grasp under the thigh or bring that foot all the way down to the floor. And the first thing we're going to do is sit up tall, Tuck the elbows and press the shoulders down and back, and then we're going to rotate the right foot. So if you're holding the leg up here, either under the knee or under the thigh, I want that muscle contraction to come from your middle and upper back, maybe also the lower back, and definitely your core and the backs of the arms, but we don't bring the contraction into the traps and the shoulders because we don't want any tension up there. So we're training perfect posture into the body. I want you to feel tall. And if your foot is all the way down on the floor, make sure the ball of the foot remains down. As if we lift the leg, we're going to tense up that hip flexor, so we want to avoid that. Now flex and extend toward the ceiling and the floor. And here now, if your foot's down on the floor, you can rock back and forth between the heel and ball of the foot. We would like for our lower leg to get a little bit tired here so that we know we're training those muscles to become a little stronger. Now let's cross the right shin over the left thigh. If that's not okay for you, you can cross the right ankle over the left. Just make sure that your supporting foot, that heel is always placed under the knee. We don't want to make an X with our ankles in the center. We want one good supporting leg here. So we want to start again by sitting up tall, shoulders down and back. See if you can get both hips down to the seat, nice and even across both sides. And then from there, with a straight spine, I'd like you to think about arching your lower back and lifting your tailbone toward the sky. And here in this position, we should feel the stretch in the right hip and thigh. Good, so relaxing the shoulders down away from the ears. And we're feeling that muscle contraction, feeling the back getting stronger. Good, now when you're ready, you can drop that shin across the thigh, letting the knee drop out to the side. And we're noticing our hip flexibility and our knee flexibility here, always prioritizing the joints. And then first we inhale and sit up straight and tall. And then you can exhale and tip from the hip. With a straight spine, it doesn't take long to feel that stretch, most definitely. So I just want you to notice where you are today. Sometimes we have a tendency to think that we're getting deeper into a stretch when we bring our heads closer to the limb in question because our eyes are in our face, and that's what it seems like. But when you round the spine here, if you tuck the tailbone, you're going to lose the stretch altogether. So I want you to think about first straight spine. Doesn't matter how deep you get into the stretch. And then once you've come to the depth of your range of motion, you can intensify further if you like by rounding forward from the middle back up and relaxing down over the leg. You can rest the forearms on the shin or release the arms down along the sides of the body. Just be mindful that if you relax the arms down and then relax the upper body down, you're bringing all of the weight of your upper body down onto these muscles that you're stretching. So just make sure that you're moving slowly with deep breathing and mindfulness. Good. And now let's inhale and come on back up. And we'll release the leg. Flex and extend, working out the knee. Gently place that heel on the floor, and here it's really important that we are right at the edge of our seat, because if we're back even a little bit, that right knee is going to bend and we won't get the same stretch through the hamstrings. So coming right to the edge, heel of the left foot is on the floor directly under the knee is lined up with the hip. Both hands come to the bent knee. Square the shoulders toward the extended leg. Take a deep breath in and sit up tall. Exhale, tip from the hip, lift your tailbone up toward the sky as you tip. And we're looking for the stretch behind the knee, coming up into the hamstring and down into the calf. Good. Check that your shoulders are relaxed down and back and are nice and wide. And now let's come on back up and release the leg. Excellent. Now we'll come to the other side. Bringing the left knee into the chest, grasping just below the knee. We tend to start with our chest caved in and the shoulders forward in order to get our grip sometimes. So from there, I want you to really straighten up and make that first priority your postural correction. And then we rotate the ankle around in a circle. And still, if your foot is down on the floor, you're still looking to feel really nice and tall here. And see if you can line your ear up over your shoulder, over your rib cage, over your hips. So a straight line, top to bottom. Good. Shoulders down, and if you're holding on to that leg, wherever you're holding on, we're contracting the muscles of the back and the backs of the arms, not the neck and shoulders. Good. And then we'll flex and extend that foot toward the ceiling and the floor. Breathe. Notice where you can relax, maybe through the jaw, Good, maybe through the brow. And now we'll cross the left shin over the right thigh. You can draw that leg into position if it's comfortable for your knee and hip. And we'd like that knee to point up toward the sky to begin. We're sitting up straight and tall. Good. And if you've got tight hips like me, you've already started to feel that stretch in that glute med. So really important for our balance to stretch out these muscles and also to strengthen them. It's more important to be able to correct than it is to be graceful and never lose your balance. So it's okay to trip, we just never want to hit the ground. And these muscles are what helps us to make that correction easily and quickly and effectively, without compromising our joints in the process too. So give it a good stretch, lift the tailbone up toward the sky, and breathe. And then we'll sit up and release that left shin across the right thigh, letting the knee drop out to the side. And you might notice now which side is tighter. That knee might not get very far, and that's okay. We're not going to try and push it down unless that feels comfortable for you and you're moving slowly with focus and deep breathing. We're starting with that straight spine, lifting the tailbone up toward the sky and feeling that stretch deepen through the knee joint, the hip joint, and the abductors of the left thigh. If you'd like, you can tip forward from the hip to deepen the stretch, starting with a straight spine, and then think about rounding forward from the belly button to the crown of the head. Again, you can place the forearms on the shin or release the arms down alongside the legs. As you inhale, think of widening the back. As you exhale, ask the body to relax a little deeper into that stretch. And again, remember, if you release the arms down and let the body hang, we are contributing our body weight, so we always want to move slowly. And keep in mind too that if you could do that on the other side, but it's not comfortable on this side, that's all right too. We're just moving within our range of motion and flexibility. Good, and then we'll come on up, inhale, exhale, release the leg, flex and extend. To reset that knee, gently place the left heel on the floor, flexing the toes back toward you. And make sure you can get that left leg nice and straight by coming right to the edge of your seat. Now both hands come to the bent knee, square the shoulders toward the extended leg. Take a deep breath in and sit up tall. Exhale and tip from the hip, lifting the tailbone toward the sky as you go. Good, breathe. And you can reach for that toe if you want to. Touching the toe is not the goal. Try not to let your shoulder carry forward here. You can place the elbows on the bent knee if you want to. Our focus is just the stretch behind that left knee up into the hamstring and down to the calf. And then beyond that, we move however is comfortable for us. And now we'll press back up and release the leg. Excellent. Okay, let's come into a round of sun salutations before we come to standing. And again, please do feel free to grab water anytime you need it. Staying hydrated is really important for our immune systems too, so just make sure that you're drinking lots of water throughout the day, especially first thing in the morning. So now, let's come to the edge of our seat. If you're able, again, you can always use that cushion at your back. And we're going to come into a series of exercises called a sun salutation. There's going to be 3 different variants, and I'm going to offer you the opportunity to, of course, come into whatever modification is most comfortable for you. So we're going to start with what's called our static flexion, which is less movement of the joints and more contraction of the muscles for strength training. So sitting up nice and tall, and I'd like you to find your seated mountain pose with that perfect posture first. So while we do these things, while we do these asanas, these poses, I'd like you to focus your gaze on anything at all that's not moving. And what that's going to do is help you to bring your attention more to your breathing and the way your body feels rather than what's going on in the world around you. So we're going to place the hands on the thighs, spread the fingers, and squeeze the elbows into the sides of the body. Suck the belly button toward the spine. And I want you to feel your muscles contract to about 30 to 50% of their maximum ability. Take a deep breath, extend. Now exhale, tip from the hips and press the hands into the thighs, increasing that muscular contraction and resisting on the way down. Squeeze the elbows into the rib cage. You can stop here if you're worried about your blood pressure, or come with me and bring the chin toward the chest. Now let's inhale and look forward. Push the hands into the thighs to rise up just a little. Elbows are in tight, shoulders down. Exhale, fold forward, relax down. Good, and again, inhale, look forward, extend the spine, squeeze the elbows in, good. Exhale, relax down. One more time, inhale, look forward, shoulders wide, push the hands down. Exhale, relax down. Now let's inhale and come on up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Excellent. Now we're going to do that one more time, and I want you to just tune in and notice the level of muscular contraction that's comfortable for you and adjust accordingly. So again, sitting up nice and tall, lengthen the neck, tuck the chin, shoulders are relaxed. Take a deep breath, spread the fingers. Exhale, tip from the hip, squeeze the elbows in, push the hands into the thighs and resist on the way down. Chin can come toward the chest if it's comfortable for you. Inhale, look forward, push the hands into the thighs and rise up with a straight spine. Good. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest. Again, inhale, look forward, shoulders down, extend through the center of the chest. Exhale, relax down. One more time, inhale, look forward, shoulders wide, elbows in tight. Exhale, relax down. Now let's inhale and come on up. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Excellent. Release the hands, shake the arms out, and we're going to come into the next variation of our sun salutation. We're going to be raising the arms up above the body and lowering the head below the heart line, which can affect your blood pressure. I just want you to notice how you feel in your head, and of course you can always reach out in front or come back to the first modification anytime. Sitting up tall, resetting our position, shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, chin tucked. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead or straight out in front at shoulder height. Exhale and fold forward. Relax down over the legs, arms aligned with shins. Now inhale and lift up onto the toes. Look forward, arms remain aligned with shins. Shoulders down. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest. And again, inhale, look forward, shoulders wide. Good, heels lifted. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. One more time, inhale, look forward, shoulders down, extend through the neck, good. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead, look up toward the sky, baby back bend. Exhale into prayer. Great, we're going to do that variation one more time. So again, just a modification of your choice always. Sitting up tall, hands at heart center, shoulders relaxed. Inhale, reach the arms up toward the sky. Exhale, fold forward, relax down, arms aligned with shins. Inhale, look forward, shoulders down, lift the heels way up high. Good. Exhale and fold, relax down, chin toward the chest. Again, inhale, look forward, shoulders wide, core strong, good. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. One more time, inhale, look forward, feel the back muscles strong here, good. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. And inhale the arms out to the sides and overhead, reach for the sky. Exhale, release into prayer. And release the arms. Excellent. So we have one more modification. This one is going to be the most intense one. So as we're moving in this position, instead of releasing the arms down, we're going to be reaching forward at shoulder height. And what I want you to make sure of is that when you're in this position, we're feeling the muscles of the back contract, not the muscles of the neck and shoulders. And there should never be pain in the upper spine. And you can always bring your hands to the thighs for support anytime. Good, so again, right at the edge of our seat, sitting up nice and tall. Feel the strength through the center of your body and feel your shoulders relaxed. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead. Exhale, fold forward halfway, hands part to shoulder width. Inhale, lift the arms up to align with the ears, feel the back muscles working. Exhale, fold forward, relax down, chin toward the chest. Inhale, lift the heels, reach forward at shoulder height. Look forward, shoulders down, good. Exhale and fold, relax down. Two more just like that. Inhale, lift the heels, reach forward, suck the belly button toward the spine, good. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. One more time, inhale, look forward, shoulders down, lift the heels, reach the arms up to align with the ears. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Inhale the arms out to the sides and overhead, reach for the sky. Exhale, release down into prayer. We're going to do one more sun salutation. Now you might be feeling that in your back muscles, which is a good thing, but we don't want to push it too hard. So reduce your intensity if you need to for this last round, or you can just breathe deeply and smile and have a sit for a moment. Heels under knees, knees lined up with hips, hands at heart center, shoulders down. Inhale, reach up toward the sky. Exhale, tip forward, and you can come with me and reach straight ahead, or another modification. Inhale, lift the arms up to align with the ears, squeeze the core. Exhale, relax down over the legs. Inhale, lift the heels, look forward, reach forward with the arms, shoulders down. Exhale and fold, chin toward the chest. 2 more just like that. Inhale, lift the heels, reach forward, and if you're going for that endurance, really squeeze those back muscles. Exhale, relax down. One more time. Inhale, lift the heels, reach forward, core strong, shoulders down. Exhale and fold, chin to chest. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead, reach for the sky, baby back bend. Exhale down through prayer. And release the arms. Great job. Excellent. Well done, guys. Okay, so now we're going to come to standing through our perfect sit to stand, our seat-assisted squat. Coming right to the edge of our seat, I'd like you to have the hands anywhere except on the thighs or on the chair. If you can help it, use the assist if you need, and maintain alignment as we rise. Inhale, tip forward. Exhale, push into the heels and slowly rise up to standing. Feel those muscles work. Good. And now we're going to come behind our chair. Again, grab a drink of water anytime you need one. And we're just going to start with a nice lower body stretch, and we're going to find our feet here. So standing nice and tall behind your chair, I'd like you to start by rocking back and forth across the balls of the feet and the heels, and settling in the center. Now I'd like you to feel nice and even on all 4 corners of the feet. And we want to make sure our knees are soft. So when the knees are locked out, they're perfectly straight. We can relax the muscles and keep them this way, which is dangerous. So we want to contract and bring that very slight bend. Our tailbone is tucked, core is strong, shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, and the chin is tucked. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, chin toward the chest. And you can place the hands on the back of the chair or on the seat of the chair, or push the chair away and just relax all the way down toward the floor. So this is our first standing inversion, and I want you to be really conscious of your balance here. So when you lower the head below the heart line, your blood pressure will change. Whether or not you feel it or you notice it is a different story, and that's going to change one day to the next, just like our balance and our flexibility. So if you feel dizzy or nauseated, raise the head above the heart line. Otherwise, relax down. What we're looking for here is a good stretch in the hamstrings, maybe also down into the calves. If you're hanging all the way forward, relax the arms and neck as much as you're able. Let the head hang. As you inhale, think of widening the back. As you exhale, shift into the heels and lift your tailbone toward the sky. Breathe deeply. Now let's bend the knees and we'll slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders down and back. If you like, you can reach the arms out to the sides and overhead. Little baby back bend on top, core strong. And we'll release down through prayer. And release the arms. Excellent. We're just going to do a little bit of balance engagement before we move on, just to make sure we're nice and steady here. So again, fingertips should be on the back of the chair if you think you might have a little bit of a problem with your balance today, or the chair can just be close in case you come to need that assist. And I'd like you to rock back and forth across the balls of the feet and the heels, settling in the center. Let's focus our gaze on anything that's not moving, preferably 6 feet away from you or less. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and come up onto the toes, and you can reach one arm or both arms up toward the sky. Now, if you're a little bit in between with your balance, where it's okay but it's not great today, you can just rest your fingertips gently on the back of the chair or on a wall or on another piece of furniture, and that's going to help you to maintain that balance. See how high you can lift those heels and feel the calf muscles working too. One more deep breath in. We're going to exhale the heels to the floor, release the arms, and we'll fold forward. So you can tip from the hip this time if you'd like, lifting the tailbone up toward the sky, using the back of the chair or the seat of the chair, or pushing the chair away and relaxing all the way down toward the floor. Good. Breathe deeply. And now let's just slowly bend the knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders down and back. You can come with me and reach the arms out to the sides and overhead, extending toward the sky. Exhale, release down through bear. And release the arms. Excellent. So now we're going to come into an actual chair pose. So if you like, you can come in front of your chair so that you have the support of that chair if you're not sure if you'll be able to maintain that position. Or you can come behind with me and we're just going to use that chair for balance. So heels under knees, knees lined up with hips. We're standing tall and the shoulders are down and back. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the knees, and I want you to sit down into your real or imaginary chair. Our weight is in the heels. And you can test that by just rocking back and lifting the toes very slightly and then bringing them back down to the floor. I want you to feel the glute muscles engage. Sometimes our hip flexors and our quadriceps work instead of the glutes because the glutes forget how when we sit on them for extended periods. So this is a good way of waking them up again so that we can function just a little bit better. Sink a little deeper if you're able. Push into the outsides of your feet. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, stand up nice and tall. You can reach one or both arms up toward the sky. And then we're going to fold forward. Give those legs a break. Again, hands to the back of the chair, the seat of the chair, or you can relax all the way down toward the floor. Good, and now we'll slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time, shoulders down and back. And again, arms reach out to the sides and overhead if you'd like, or straight out in front, or they stay on the chair, and we release down. Good. Now we're going to intensify a little bit, and again, remember, options are optional, so you don't have to intensify, but I am going to give you that opportunity. Sitting up nice and tall. Good, take a deep breath in. And we're going to exhale and sink down into the heels again, bending the knees, making sure the weight is in the back of the body. And I also want you to make sure your knees are over the ankles, so don't let them buckle in this position. Now when you're ready, if you'd like more, you can reach one or both arms straight out in front, or up alongside the ears. Shoulders are down. Inhale, sink a little. Good. One more breath. Remember, you can stand tall anytime. And now we're all going to reach up toward the sky, extending, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward. Again, hands to the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Now, you might notice that the forward fold all the way was okay a little while ago and isn't anymore, because your blood pressure has increased because we've gotten our heart rate going a bit. So just modify. Remember, if you feel dizzy or nauseated, raise the head above the heart line. And then we'll slowly bend the knees, rolling up. You can reach up if you want to. Breathe in deep, shoulders down. And release down. And we have one more modification of our chair here. So, again, option. You can come in front of your chair and just come into the chair pose with your support. Or you can come with me. We're going to take a deep breath in and stand tall. Exhale, bend the knees, sink down into the heels. And now we're going to rock onto the balls of the feet and lift the heels up off the floor. Good. So again, using that lower leg strength, and if you'd like to really work on that balance, just test it out, see where it is. You can reach out or up with one arm or with both arms. You can even alternate one fingertip on the chair and then the other. You can keep it nice and low. One more deep breath in, sink lower if you can. And we're going to exhale and lift up tall, reach up toward the sky. Good. And then exhale, heels to floor, fold forward, last forward fold, relaxing down, using the chair or not. Good. And now we'll just gently bend the knees and roll up one vertebrae at a time, shoulders down and back, reach up, breathe in deep. Exhale, release down through prayer, and release the arms. Great job, guys. That was a pretty intense sequence. So that's a good example of how yoga is great for also strength and endurance training. And you're not expected to do all of the movements that are in this class. As I've said before, it's just working within your capacity, getting a little stronger every time. Now let's come into a wide-legged stance. I'd like your feet to be wider than the legs of the chair if possible, and our toes are pointed forward. Now in this position, our knees are soft, so not locked out and perfectly straight, just a very slight bend. The core is strong, shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, and the chin is tucked. And we should start to just feel a little stretch through those hips. And I want you to notice how your knees feel, bend them more if that makes them feel safer. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, tip from the hip, push back into the hips and the heels, and lift your tailbone toward the sky. So we're using the chair to control the depth of our stretch here. You can bring the hands or the elbows to the back of the chair or the seat of the chair, just like our forward fold. You can also come all the way down toward the floor. Now again, I want you to make sure the weight is in the heels, in the back of the body, and we're lifting our tailbone up toward the sky. Good. So keep in mind too, all the movements that we're doing in this class, I'm encouraging you to do throughout the day in your own practice. You can do this while you're making your lunch at the counter, right? And it's a great stretch for those hips and knees. Again, helps with our balance, helps with our correction, helps with our stability and strength. Good, and now we'll bend the knees and walk the hands back up. Sitting up nice and tall. You can work the heels and toes together a little bit if you need to. And we're stretch, so the insides of the thighs. Now take a deep breath in. Exhale, bend the right knee, tip forward from the hip, and shift the weight into the heels. So I'm just going to move my chair so you can see what we're doing here. The left leg is straight, the right knee is bent. We tip forward from the hip because if we're to stand up straight, the right knee will pitch over the toe and we'll lose our alignment and stability there. So we're angling the body, but we're keeping the shoulders wide. And there's no pain in the left knee. The hands can come to that right knee, or you can reach all the way down toward the floor if you'd like. And we're looking for the stretch in the inside of the left thigh. Good, so breathing deeply. Good. And relaxing down as much as you're able. If this is not okay for the muscles or the ligaments of that right leg, you can straighten out the right leg and just shift the hip toward the sky, making sure to keep the knee off lock to protect the joint. Good. One more deep breath in. Exhale, and we'll stand up nice and tall. You can, again, readjust your foot positioning if you need to. You can also come back down to your seat absolutely any time here if your legs start to get tired. Take a deep breath in and extend. Exhale, bend the left knee, tip from the hip. So again, left knee is bent, right leg is straight, weight is in the heels, spine is long and straight, and we're lifting our tailbone up toward the sky to find the stretch in the right thigh. Good. So again, make sure too that you're prioritizing the joints and moving around your level of flexibility, whatever that is today. It will change 1 hour of the day to the next. Breathe. One more deep breath in. Exhale, we'll stand up nice and tall. Work the heels and toes together. Step the feet together. And shake it out. And I think we have time for just a little bit of warrior to address those hip flexors before we come back down to our seat. So standing nice and tall. Shoulders down and back, chest proud, neck long, chin tucked. Let's shift the weight to the left side. Bend the left knee, extend the right leg straight back behind you. Place the right toes on the floor, making sure they stay pointed forward. And we'll gently press that right heel down toward the floor. Now first I'd like you to bring your elbows down to the back of the chair. Tipping forward is going to give us more length through that right leg and also allow our upper body to relax, which is going to signal those tense stretching muscles that it's safe to relax and we'll get more out of this extension. If you'd like to deepen the stretch, you can bend the front knee a little bit. See how much you can straighten out that back leg. Relax the shoulders down. Breathe, and we're feeling this from the back of the knee down toward the heel. Good, and then when you're ready, we're going to press up onto the back of the chair, and I'd like you to tuck the tailbone as you rise, bringing the stretch up into the hip flexor and quadricep. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, you can reach up with the arm on the back leg side or with both arms. So a good reminder here, if you feel like you're really leaning on the chair and using a lot of your upper body strength to stay here, it might be a good idea to bring that back foot forward a little bit more so you're not working quite so hard. We'd like to be able to take as much weight off the chair as we can so that we're building that strength as we go. And of course, you can always do these poses from a seated position as well. Good. Breathing deeply. Excellent. One more deep breath in. Exhale, release the hand to the back of the chair. Lift the back heel up off the floor. Turn the back foot at 90 degrees to the front foot and release the heel back down to the floor. Reach both arms out in line with the front leg. So now our front knee is bent and pointed toward the chair. Front foot is pointed toward the chair. back leg is straight and the foot is at 90 degrees to the front foot. You can adjust any way that you need to in order to keep your knees nice and safe, okay? So remove the twist altogether if you'd like. And we need to be pushing that left knee out over the ankle if we're aiming it forward, strengthening those muscles in the side of the leg and protecting the knee. Shoulders down. Sink a little deeper as you exhale if you're able. And remember, that front hand can be on the back of the chair if that's more comfortable for you. One more deep breath in. We're going to exhale the front hand or elbow to the back of the chair. Swing the right arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. Now here we want to be feeling that stretch in the right side body and rib cage. Press the hips forward. Make sure your bottom shoulder is down away from the ear as far as it'll go. Breathe. Relax into the stretch as much as you can. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm. We're going to lift the back heel up off the floor, turn the toes forward, step in or back or a combination of both. Shake it out and we'll come to the other side. So again, standing nice and tall, shoulders down and back, shift to the right leg, left leg comes straight back behind you. Check your toes are pointed forward. So in some disciplines, you'll be advised to turn the foot to the side. That's not wrong, but it does twist the knee and hip and removes the stretch from the lower leg. So it's not right for our purposes today. So if possible, feet forward. Bend the front knee a little deeper and bring the elbows to the back of the chair. As you inhale, think of breathing deeply into the muscle you feel stretching. And as you exhale, just ask it to relax. Your back heel does not have to get all the way to the floor today or ever. That's not the goal. The goal is just to feel the stretch. Straighten out the back leg a little more if you can. Great. And then when you're ready, let's press up onto the back of the chair and tuck the tailbone as you rise. Ooh, you should feel the focus of that stretch change from the lower leg to the top and front of the hip. When you're ready, you can reach up with the arm on the back leg side or with both arms. So reaching up with the arm on the back leg side gives more length to that left leg muscle, okay? And you can just lift the fingers a little bit from that chair or reach all the way up with both arms or bring both hands back down to the chair anytime. Push down into your front heel. Feel the strength in that leg. Good, and then we'll bring the hands back down to the back of the chair. Inhale, lift the back heel up off the floor, turn the back foot at 90 degrees to the front foot, and place the heel back down. We're going to reach the arms out in line with the front leg. Shoulders down. Brace your core, and again, find your focus. Gaze is on anything that's not moving, preferably 6 feet away from you or less. I want you to reach your arms toward those side walls. Sink a little deeper, and feel your stability and strength right here, solid in the center of your pose. One more deep breath in. Exhale, the right hand or elbow to the back of the chair. Swing the left arm down across the front of the body and open up toward the sky. So again, checking that that bottom shoulder is down away from the ear as far as it'll go. Your top hand can, of course, come to the hip or behind the back anytime if this is uncomfortable for your neck or shoulders. And you can come up a level or two if it's not okay for your lower back. Breathe. Yeah, really good, guys. Now let's inhale and come up. Exhale, release the arm, lift the back heel up off the floor, turn the toes forward, we'll step in or back, or a combination of both, whatever works for you. And we're standing nice and tall, coming into one last forward fold before we come back down to our seats. So finding our feet once again, find that focus and just feel that grounded sense of stability here. Inhale, arms out to the sides and overhead, or not. A little baby back bend. Exhale and fold forward. Again, level of your choice with the support that you need. And we're relaxing down. Shifting into the heels, lifting your tailbone toward the sky. Relaxing the arms, relaxing the neck. And then we'll bend the knees and slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders down and back. Reach the arms out to the sides and overhead. And release down through prayer. Release the arms. Great. Let's now come back down to our chairs, and we're going to come back down through our perfect seat-assisted squat with focus and mindfulness and perfect alignment. Knees, hips, and ankles all lined up. Hands are anywhere except on the chair, on the thighs. And we very slowly lower ourselves down. Great. Okay, so now we're going to come into a little bit of hands and arms. And we'll finish up with our hand massage and then our final relaxation. So I'd like you to extend the right arm straight out in front with the fingertips pointed toward the sky. Left fingertips come to the right fingertips. And we're going to very gently draw those fingertips back toward the body. You can rest your arms down on the thighs. I'm just going to hold mine up here for the sake of demonstration. Just relax your shoulders as much as you can. And I'd like you to make sure that that right arm is nice and straight, and we're pressing forward through the center of that palm. And you can just kind of play with that stretch and press your fingers with different levels of intensity at different times, just kind of moving them around. And then we'll release and shake it out. And now point the right fingertips down toward the floor. And I'd like you to either press into the back of the hand or grasp the fingers and draw them back towards you. This will be the deeper stretch here. And now we're feeling that in the wrist. And we don't want to be pressing into the fingers because this doesn't do much for us, that drawing back or pressing into the back of the hand is ideal. And then we'll release and shake it out. And now that left thumb, I'd like you to reach the arm out, or it can rest on the thigh. And we're just going to grasp that thumb and gently draw it straight back toward us. You can move the fingers while you do this, and you're just looking for that extension through the webbing of that thumb. And then release, shake it out, squeeze it open. And then we come to the other side. Lengthen the left hand out, fingertips point toward the sky. And we're going to grasp the left fingertips with the right fingertips and gently draw them back. So remember too, as we do this, we want to look at where we can relax. Through the shoulders, through the jaw. And we're pressing forward through the palm of that left hand. Arm is straight, and you can move those fingers around if you like. And our fingers too, they're going to have different levels of flexibility. Good. And then we'll release, shake it out, and now left fingertips toward the floor. Grasp the fingertips and draw that back. So make sure you keep this arm straight. Our protective reflex here is to bend the elbow, and that makes us lose the stretch. So it doesn't matter how far you get, just straighten the arm first, and we're going to very gently draw back. Good. Now release and shake it out. And now extend that left arm straight out, spread the fingers and the thumb, and then just gently draw that thumb back towards you. Again, your hand can rest on the thigh, and the more you can relax the hand and arm, the better a stretch you're going to get. Good, and then release, shake it out, roll the wrists around in circles. Now reach out to the sides, lengthen the fingertips, palms toward the sky, spread the fingers, tip the wrists down and back behind you, and allow the arms to fall out. I know a lot of us are feeling that a lot more than we think we should for just reaching out wide, but it's probably going to be fingertip to fingertip. You can turn the head from side to side here gently and slowly. And we're also stretching nerve tissue, as I'm sure some of you guys can feel the tingle in your fingers. So breathing deeply, and we'll release and shake it out. Excellent. Okay, so let's now bring the right arm across the front of the body, and we're going to grasp just above the elbow with the left hand. Take a deep breath in and sit up tall. Exhale, press the right arm down and hug it in toward the chest, and here's where we pat ourselves on the back for getting here today. Very important, that positive self-talk stuff. Good, and again, we're still maintaining this good straight posture for a little while longer, so check that your core is engaged, feet are flat on the floor if you can. When you're ready, you can straighten out that right arm and turn the palm down and forward. And remember too, you can release any pose anytime. If this is not okay for your shoulders, or if there's another stretch that's better for you, then please do feel free to adjust. And then we'll bend the elbow, release the arms, extend the arms straight out to the sides, lengthen, release, and shake it out. And we'll come to the other side. Left arm comes across the front of the body. We grasp just above the elbow. Inhale, extend through the crown of the head. Exhale, press the elbow down, hug it in toward the chest, and pat yourself on the back. We might feel this more on one side than the other. And if you like, you can straighten out that left arm. Turn the palm down and forward. Good, and check too that if you do decide to rotate the hand, hand placement is shoulder placement when we're doing any kind of rotation. So just make sure that left shoulder doesn't come up toward the ear. We want to press it down, even if it means that we don't get as far. And then we'll release, extend out to the sides, lengthen, and shake it out. And now finishing off with our hand massage, bringing the left fingertips to the back of the right hand. Left thumb is on the palm of the right hand. and we're going to roll and squeeze that largest muscle that controls the thumb. Again, you can rest your hands down on the thighs. And we're coming close to the bone, but not over the bone. And then we're going to come down in between the tendons and ligaments on both sides. So again, pressing and squeezing and rolling around in circles. And I'd like you to think about creating space between the tendons and ligaments and knuckles. And then all of our fingers and thumb come to the side of the hand, onto that little muscle that controls our pinky finger. Good. And then we'll bring all of the fingers and the thumb down to the base of the right thumb and squeeze and roll to the end. So not a lot of pressure, just enough to relieve any tension or inflammation. And we do the same thing with every finger. And we finish off every single class like this because it helps us to just kind of get in touch with that sense of relaxation, reduce a little inflammation, finish off that change of our blood pressure. Yeah, good. And the pinky. And release. And it's also a super easy thing to do when you're waiting for anything or if you're just feeling unnecessary tension. Now the other side, right fingertips to the back of the left hand, right thumb to the left palm, and we squeeze and roll around in a circle in that largest muscle that controls the thumb. And again, coming close to but not over the bones, just in between those tendons and ligaments and the knuckles, creating space. Good. This is great for arthritis, great for blood pressure, great for cortisol levels, to help you sleep at night. You can do this with your feet too. And then coming onto the side of the hand, that little muscle that controls the pinky. Good. And then we'll bring all of those fingers and the thumb down to the base of the left thumb, rolling and squeezing. And each finger. Good. Just giving each one some attention. And last one here, and then we'll release and shake it out. And then we'll finish off with our full body stretch. Inhale, reach out through the fingertips and toes, lengthen, smile, we made it. Exhale, bring everything into the center, curve and round the spine. 2 more, inhale, reach out, lengthen, take up lots of space. Exhale, bring everything in, curve and round. 1 more time, breathe in deep, reach out, expand. Exhale, bring it in, curve and round. And come back to neutral. Excellent job, guys. Okay, so now we're going to find our comfortable seated position or laying down. It's whatever works for you. So you can even lay down on your couch or have a seat in a much more comfortable chair. And we're going to come into our final relaxation. So I'll ask you to also find yourself some cozy socks or a sweater, whatever works for you to stay comfortable and warm. And we're just going to practice quieting the mind. That's our primary goal with any meditative practice, is first and foremost to quiet the mind. And then from there we choose our pattern of thought. So gratitude is always a great pattern of thought to come to. And if we've got time today, I'll walk you through a little bit of that. First, I'll just take you through a very basic relaxation. And then after that, I'd like you to just practice focusing on your breathing or the music or whatever you would like to just quiet your mind and stop that flow of thought. And when you do find yourself getting off into thinking, just recognize it and bring yourself back to the breathing or the music or whatever it is that's calming you. So we'll start by taking a deep breath in all the way down to the tips of the toes and closing the eyes. And exhaling completely, feeling the body relax down into the seat, into the floor, into the earth. Now just for a moment, bringing your attention to today's class. Give yourself that mental pat on the back for making it here, for making it through, and especially for maintaining those lines of communication with the body. That's so important. Now we'll begin to relax from the bottom up. Breathe in deeply all the way down to the tips of the toes, the balls of the feet, the arches, heels, and ankles, stirring up tension. Exhale it out, pressing it out of the body with focus. Breathe through the calves, the shins, the knee joints and thighs. Exhale tension all the way down to the bones. Breathe through the hips, pelvis, buttocks, and lower spine. Exhale tension, feeling the body relax down into the earth. into the mat. Breathe through the muscles of the lower back, side body, and abdomen. As you exhale, feel the muscles relax and the internal organs slow down. Breathe through the middle and upper back, through the rib cage and solar plexus. As you exhale, allow the heart and lungs to slow down, relaxing. Breathe through the collarbone, shoulders, biceps, and elbows. Exhale, tension, allowing the arms to relax at the sides. Breathe through the forearms, wrists, palms, and backs of the hands. As you exhale, feel the fingertips let go of tension. Relax the muscles of the neck, through the top of the spine and the base of the skull. Relax the throat. Relax the jaw. Relax the muscles of the face, around the eyes, mouth, and ears. Relax the brow. And lastly, release the breath, breathing naturally as you sink deeper into relaxation. Now slowly bringing the attention back to the breath. Take a deep breath in and exhale completely. Gently bringing the attention back to the body. Wiggle the fingers and toes. Move the wrists and ankles around in circles. And if you're laying down, gently find your way to a comfortable seated position. And now let's take a deep breath in. Exhale and open the eyes. Namaste, everyone.
Namaste.
Thank you so much for joining me today. This class is now on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 11:30. So I hope to see you next time. Have a great rest of your afternoon.